Hey everyone, today we're going to talk all about the technology, the Wi-Fi, and the app onboard NCL Joy. Let's go talk about it. Hey everyone, John here from Byte Size Cruises. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are digging into the technology on board of the Norwegian Joy. Just did a 7-day trip on the Joy from New York to Bermuda and back. And I want to talk all about the technology. So that includes the app, the Norwegian app, the Wi-Fi on board the ship, and we're going to talk about just the technology around the ship, the kiosks, all the different things that are going on. So I want to talk about some positives first. A couple of the positives that I really like are on a lot of these newer Breakaway Plus class ships and the Prima class ships. They have a lot of really cool technology. So if you're playing any games in the lobby, they have little buzzers they hand out that you could ring in on, that you can interact with the games and play some of the games and trivia things on board. I love that. I think that's great. It's a vast improvement. It allows more people to be involved in the games and the game shows. I like that a lot. Even Deal or No Deal, as much as I have issues with it just being a bingo cash grab, the technology behind it's cool. You can buy little cards. If you match up, you win. There's a bunch of cool interactions where you're actually playing Deal or No Deal. Like all that. Same thing with Wheel of Fortune. Cash grab for sure, but the technology itself is cool. Let's talk about the kiosks around the ship. The kiosks around the ship are, I think, where NCL really shines. You can go to any of the kiosks. They are everywhere. They're at almost every elevator or behind the elevators. They have the ability to book shows, to reserve excursions, to do dining reservations, the whole 9 yards. It'll tell you how busy a particular restaurant is currently, if there's a wait, what the wait time's looking like. Just a bunch of really cool functionality. Obviously the basics of like the room finder, the restroom finder, and where different venues are around the ship. Love all that. It'll give you the little program for the day of what's going on. So from that perspective, it's very good. Let's talk about the app. The app I think is good. Is it as good as like the Royal Caribbean app? Not yet. Is it as good as the Carnival app? Not yet. With the Carnival app, you can check in for your dining. It'll buzz. It'll tell you what table to go to and everything. I think they do a really good job there. Royal does a really good job of like coordinating your schedules, being able to like stuff. It'll remind you that thing's popping up. You can like things on the Norwegian app. It'll just add them to your favorites. You don't get a reminder or anything that it's coming up. But overall, I think the app is pretty solid. It works well. There are no major flaws with it. You can kind of navigate around. Same thing, you can do some reservations and some stuff on there. Just doesn't always work perfectly. Now let's get into the actual Wi-Fi. For all of the advancements with Wi-Fi in the past 5 years, I think we get a little bit distracted by all of the advancements that have taken place, and I think we get a little bit overexcited about where we are with the internet on cruise ships. Look, it used to be terrible. As of 3 years ago, the internet on cruises was just awful. You couldn't even use it. And now we're at a point where you could definitely use the internet. Here's the thing, if you're on a sailing where there's a lot of kids, a lot of teens, they have free at sea, they are using the internet and they are really using the internet. I think my biggest issue with NCL and probably some of the other cruise lines is they have these distinctions between packages of maybe they have a social package or maybe they have just a standard package and then they have a streaming package. If you're going to do that, you really need to lock things down. If you say, hey, this is a package where you can text and do a little bit of browsing and send emails, you need to block social media and you need to block streaming. Otherwise, it doesn't work. I get the streaming package all the time because I need to work. I need to have a little higher level of speed and access, and I found it agonizingly slow sometimes. I was not able to send basic picture text messages. I'm not sending videos, just like a basic picture would take minutes, 5 minutes, and that should not be the case. I understand that we don't have terabytes of bandwidth, but it should not be. If you're paying for streaming, that means I should be able to stream video. I understand there's a difference between upload and download, and they prioritize download. But you should be able to send pictures. You should be able to download things pretty simply. I'm not trying to stream for the most part on my trips. I download things ahead of time so that I can watch them. I have all my stuff. I'm not trying to watch live TV or anything like that. I'm just trying to do basic work, send emails, and do different things. I will occasionally upload a video. I generally don't upload videos to YouTube while I'm on the ship. They're huge, and I don't know how the other creators do it. It just takes forever. If I try to do it, it takes hours and hours and hours and hours, and it fails sometimes. It's just not worth it for me to try to struggle or deal with that. I do them when I get home. Occasionally, we'll try to do the live stream or some type of live stream, and that, for the most part, isn't super great. But the internet on board the Joy was not good. It wasn't good last year, wasn't good this year. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I think we're still kind of getting there. I think some cruise lines like Royal have a better grasp on the internet, and they just have a better understanding of the technology, and they've configured it better to this point. But the internet was not great. Again, tons of kids on board, tons of teens, which they're just scrolling nonstop, right? As are some adults. If you walk around the cruises now, I remember even 2019-ish, nobody had phones out on their cruises, right? Everybody was very much in the camp of, I put my phone in the safe and I don't do it. Now it's like you walk around, it's like walking around the streets. People just have their heads down on their phone, which is fine. I have no issue with it. It's where life is and technology is right now. But it's a huge difference from what it was 5 years ago. So there needs to be some type of catch up and differentiation there. So otherwise, the technology on board the ship is very cool. It's just rough going. It's still not a great experience if you need to use Wi-Fi or your phone. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, you don't just shut it down and don't use it. That's great. Sounds great. It's good for you. If you could do that, that is awesome. Congratulations. I cannot do that. I have to work. It's the only reason I'm able to go on these cruises. I need to work in order to pay for the cruises. I need to be able to keep in touch with my family. My parents are elderly. My dad's in his 90s. My mom's in her 80s. So I have to be able to keep track of people and do different things. So I don't have the luxury of being able to just shut my phone off and forget about the world. So that is where we're at. So if you have any questions about the internet or anything, please comment below. If you've been on Joy recently, let me know what your experiences were with the internet, because things change too, right? It could be one week could be better than the other. They might have been doing some configuration changes or something like that. I always try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. They want the experience to be good for you as well. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, we would love for you to subscribe and like this video. Come along with us on this journey. We put out a brand new cruise video every single day. We do a live stream on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. and we do live cruise news every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. We hope you have a wonderful day today. We'll see you tomorrow. Happy cruising.